Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. We got NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We got 5 picks that I think are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers because we knocked out 8,000. You guys absolutely rock. Appreciate all of your guys' support. Make sure you guys follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more picks, content, recaps, things of that nature. A great way to keep up with us there. Also, check out our community Discord page as well. I'll have a link down below in the comment section and description for that. Great way to connect with our community, with our chat, and to get more ideas for picks and things of that nature. So be sure to check that out. Also, be sure to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. And we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So, as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. You guys have been absolutely killing it with this. Shout out to all of our newest Straight Fire MVPs. Richard Ogus, Health and Wealth, Ricky Rello, Terry Chung, William Seat, CJ Bach, Lions Be Tryin', McCardle Crusoe, and Dick Trickle. Absolutely amazing day yesterday with the signups, guys. You guys absolutely rock. Appreciate you guys all. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, there's a link down below in the comment section and description. There's also a join button. And the cost is just $3.99 per month. Basically what you get with that is you get early access to our picks. You get some custom or rather exclusive parlays that we have as well. It's a great way to support the channel as well. But the biggest thing is you get early access to the picks. That's probably the best value add. Like on our lines and stuff. So usually, a couple hours in advance of the video, the picks will be available for our MVPs in the community tab in a notepad format. So you'll see all of our notes for the picks, and you'll also see the best lines and things of that nature. So, and also a great way to support the channel. So be sure to check that out. All right, without further ado, though, guys, let's get after it with our recap from yesterday. I wish we didn't have to do this, but we do. We finally got the old bugaboo day where we got hit hard, guys. We went 0-4, minus 4.10 units with our parlay as well. So it was not a good day for us, guys, obviously. We have not had a day like that in quite a while. Like I said, we're 76, even with yesterday, we're still 76 at 37 over the last 113 picks. So we've still been on a great run. We're still 28-13 over the last 41, but yesterday was definitely a setback and definitely hurt. I had to go back into the lab, but you know what, though? I'm not here for short-term, day-to-day results. I'm really not. I'm here for that long-term that we just mentioned. I really am. It's a process. You're going to eventually run into days like this where it just doesn't go your way, and you have to be able to handle that with professionalism and be able to move forward and make sure it doesn't start as a trend, obviously, but also just being able to move forward in your mind from it, being able to get on to the next day and win the next day. I have a very strict process for how I bet these things. So days like this definitely hurt, but they don't kill me. They're not. It's not like I'm putting crazy money on plays day to day, and I don't recommend that. I play all the straights and I sprinkle the parlay, which is what I would recommend to you guys. Now, of course, it's all up to you what you guys decide to do. But quick recap of what we did. 0-4, like I said, we missed the Kings plus 4.5. They got blown out in Cleveland. Game wasn't even close. We had Podziemski over 4.5 assists. He finishes with 3. Never really had a chance at it, though. We had Miles Bridges under 24.5 points. He went off versus the Lakers. Really, from the beginning, I knew we were in trouble when he started knocking down threes. He was just shooting the ball really well. And obviously, that hurt. And then we had one more under pick. Now I'm drawing a blank. We missed our other under pick. Now I'm forgetting off the top what it was. But it was obviously not a good day for us, guys. But we're going to bounce back today. We are getting a 5-0 sweep today. Let's get after it today. Quick comment capper call out. Bet with the Boys had the Warriors plus 2. Another call out from Bet with the Boys. Great call out there. But let's get after it, guys, and get this 5-0 sweep. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got Chet Holmgren under 18.5 points here for the Oklahoma City Thunder, minus 120 odds on BetMGM. So, guys, Chet Holmgren under in 8 of his last 10 games, 7 out of his last 10 here on the road. Under in 2 out of 2 this year versus the Jazz with logs of 16 and 15. So, I like seeing that. Jazz here, 18th fewest points allowed to centers, so overall pretty solid versus, middle of the pack versus the position. I think this line is just a little bit too high here in this spot here on the road versus the Jazz. Jazz, 19th fewest points allowed to centers over the last 7 games. So like I said, they're about middle of the pack. They're not the greatest, they're not the worst versus centers. But this is a high line here for Holmgren. I think just a bit too high here on the road in Utah. I think you could definitely go under in this spot. Utah is a tough place to play. And here I got Chet Holmgren here going under, guys. So love it there for our number 1 pick. We got Chet Holmgren under 18.5 points here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 120 odds on BetMGM. Okay, and at number 2, honestly, guys, this is my favorite play of the day. And if you guys followed us on Oddvia the other day, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, what? All right, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo over 6.5 assists here versus the Phoenix Suns. Minus 110 odds on BetMGM. Now, obviously, we played obvious under the other day, as you guys remember. Under, I think it was like 12.5 rebounds and assists. We cashed easily on that. But here for Giannis, obviously Giannis is a completely different player in a different position. A lot of different things going on here with Giannis. You'd think, the Suns are good versus power forwards, maybe even centers. But here, in this particular spot with the assist, the Suns allow the 6th most threes at home per game. The Bucks make the 7th most threes on the road. So what am I getting at when I'm saying that? Well, Giannis, his assists come off a lot of made 3-point shots, right? So the ball gets into the paint. You could expect a little bit more inside out today. The other day up in Utah when Giannis had 13 assists, 9 of them came off of 3-point jump shots versus the Jazz. So once again, that's what I'm looking for here from Giannis. Is the biggest thing is like, can the Bucks knock down their shots? And obviously Giannis kind of called out his team a little bit, like, hey, if we made some open shots the other day, that game wouldn't have gone in a negative direction there for the Bucks, as they ended up getting borderline blown out versus the Jazz. When they were blowing the Jazz out, the game completely flipped in the third quarter. And Giannis, like I said, had 13 assists in that game, 22 potential assists. So you're looking at an assist line here again in a matchup that I like as far as the 3-point. Like I said, he cashed this line just off a 3-point assist last game easily with 9. So they can do that again. The Bucks love to shoot the 3, and the Suns do allow a lot of 3s at home, which I like seeing that. We've seen him go 7 out of his last 10 to this line, 6 of his last 9 on the road to this line. Did cash his last game versus the Suns as well with 8 assists, so we like seeing that. Like I said, the 22 potential assists last game versus the Jazz had my mind going, whoa, I like that. So I looked a little deeper into it. Like I said, that 3-point thing, that's really the biggest part of the bet that I like. Sometimes you got to kind of look at positional data and be like, okay, so what happens here and there? What happens as far as how do they get assists? How is Giannis likely going to get his assist today? That would be how it is, and it is a good matchup that way. So, love it there, guys, for number 2 pick. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo over 6.5 assists here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Minus 110 odds on MGM. Okay, and at number 3, we got the Miami Heat minus 2.5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic. Minus 112 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, the Heat have won 2 of 3 meetings this year with the Magic and have covered 2.5 in both of those wins. So, I like seeing that. Here, the Heat are honestly finally getting healthy as well. The Heat finally have, they have Butler, Adebayo, likely Harrow on the court tonight as well. Harrow is listed on the injury report as probable, so he should be playing as well. I'm not too worried about that. Usually if they're listed as probable, normally they will play. So the Heat should have their full complement of players, which is significant, and especially being at home here. I've seen the Heat play a little bit better over the last 3 games as well, winning 2 of the last 3 there versus the Wizards and the Kings, and keeping it relatively close with the Clippers. And the Clippers are an absolute buzzsaw right now. So we had the Clippers the other night covering versus the Heat, and I would take that bet again. But in this spot versus the Magic are a completely different thing, right? I got the Heat winning this game, and basically if you're taking the win, I think they can win by 3 points, obviously. Like I said, the Heat have got the best of the Magic this year in 2 of the 3 games. We've seen the Heat play a lot better. Winning versus the Kings, I think, was significant. Lose by 8 to the Clips, I didn't mind that at all. See, the Magic are playing well as well. They've won 3 straight on the road versus San Antonio, Detroit, Minnesota. But San Antonio and Detroit, I'm not that impressed by that, obviously. The road win at Minnesota was impressive for sure. They definitely surprised me with that one. We've also covered the spread in 5 straight games as well. So the Magic aren't playing bad by any means. This isn't an attack on the Magic. This is just a home spot for the Heat, where they're, that's almost in a pick'em spot at home for the Heat, where they're finally healthy. The Heat have had the problems of recently, but I think they're finally starting to find something a little bit here over the last few games. Like I said, in a spot where you're getting about almost even value on the Heat, we'll definitely take a shot here. So, love it there for number 3 pick. We got the Miami Heat minus 2.5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic minus 112 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 4, we got the other Bridges. Mikal Bridges under 23.5 points here for the Brooklyn Nets minus 120 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, we got Bridges under in 7 out of his last 10 games, 6 of his last 10 at home. Under in 4 out of 4 his last 4 games versus the Mavericks with logs at 13, 13, 16, and 18. Mavericks here 5th fewest points allowed for the season to small forwards this year. Now recently they've allowed the 7th most over the last 7 games. So obviously I don't particularly love that. For me though, guys, the line is too high for Bridges. 23.5 on this Nets team. He's coming off a back-to-back versus Golden State last night. He played 43 minutes. I mean, he didn't go over last night. And I think in this spot, this isn't the greatest spots for Bridges. And he played 43 minutes, only shot the ball 15 times. That's kind of low for the amount of minutes he played. I don't anticipate him playing that amount of minutes tonight, honestly. Especially being on a back-to-back. You can see more like in the 35 range, I would say, for Bridges. I'd be surprised if he's playing 43 minutes like he did last night. But we'll see what happens. Nets have a lot of, if you look at the Nets, they have just a lot of options that they go to. A lot of people shoot the ball on the Nets. Cam Thomas. You even saw Royce O'Neal getting into it last night. Dinwiddie, obviously, and if Simmons plays tonight, Lonnie Walker, Dennis Smith. A lot of guys get minutes, a lot of guys shoot shots. So, Bridges, just on a consistent basis, hitting a line like this is kind of tough. And it has been for him, especially versus this Mavericks team, who he's gone under, has great under trends versus. And for the season, the Mavs have been good versus small forward position. So we'll see if they can get that right here tonight. So love it there for number 4 pick. We got Mikal Bridges under 23.5 points here for the Brooklyn Nets, minus 120 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 5, we got Dante DiVincenzo under 22.5 points here for the New York Knicks, minus 104 odds on FanDuel. Yeah, I get the DiVincenzo hype because he's obviously had a couple big games here lately. But I think on a consistent basis, I'm not going to have DiVincenzo going for 25 points every night. That's just not a thing that he's showcased so far in his career. And until he starts doing that, then I will take the under in this spot. And I'll explain why. So he is under in 7 of his last 10 games, 8 out of his last 10 at home. Obviously, a lot of those games were with Julius Randle. I know. Randle is now out, and he's gone over in 3 out of 4 games without Randle. So obviously, we're looking at that, and we're thinking, okay, there's a reason his line is definitely higher. But I think they've adjusted a little too high. I think 22.5 is a little extreme for a shooting guard here for the Knicks. He's under in 5 of his last 5 games versus the Grizzlies with logs of 19, 8, 2, 3, and 13. You also got the spread set to 14.5, so the possibility of DiVincenzo losing minutes here is definitely high if the Knicks are blowing the Grizzlies out, obviously. And it's not going to just be him cooking the Grizzlies at that point. It'll probably be everybody. So 22.5 in this spot in a blowout situation here for the Knicks, I think is just too high. And the Grizzlies have actually been really good versus the shooting guard position. They've allowed the 3rd fewest points to shooting guards and the 11th fewest over the last 7 games. So we're talking about the Grizzlies of late, right? Because they're missing players, obviously, but they've still been pretty good versus the shooting guard position. I expect there just to be a distribution of wealth tonight more than anything. I think you could look at Brunson even on the under as well. I just like the positional data versus shooting guards here for the Grizz. That's a big thing for me. Like I said, we know Randall's out, but at some point a line is just simply too high for this positional matchup and the blowout potential that we have this evening. So, love it there, guys. For number 5 pick, we got Dante DiVincenzo under 22.5 points here for the New York Knicks, minus 104 odds on FanDuel. All right, guys, once again, we are doing our For the Sweep parlay. You will see it posted up on the screen. This could be a massive night for us. I mean, this could be almost an 8-unit night if this were to come in. We got 10 on this, so obviously a 10th of a unit on this to win over 200, as you guys see up there on the screen. definitely worth the sprinkle this evening. I would love to see a 5-0, obviously. I'd love to get us back on track after what happened last night so we can put that behind us. But obviously, guys, this happens in sports betting. It's one of those things that you are going to have bad days. It's going to happen to everybody. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. It will come. And you got to know how to deal with it professionally and be able to move on from it and get over it. And be like, and you have to always evaluate what you're doing, of course, but you also got to evaluate if you're betting the right way. So, I definitely see stuff in the chat where I'm like, I don't agree with the style that some people bet. That's not my place to say. I'm just saying for me, if you guys are asking me, I'm saying we're playing our straights, we're sprinkling our parlay. If you're not doing that, if you're just playing parlays, a lot of times you're going to be disappointed. We have swept a lot. We've hit a lot of parlays lately, but that's not that's hard to consistently do, guys. That's just not how it works. I wish we could do that every day. If everyone could do that, we would shut the books down, honestly, which I would love to see us do. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a flex, right? But no, I think you have to respect the fact that if you're a day-to-day bettor and you take one day's results and you go, oh dude, you suck, you went 0-4, you're never gonna get anywhere in this industry. Like, you have to have a long-term mindset. If you don't, you're not gonna have fun. You're not gonna enjoy it if you're not here for the long term. If you're not disciplined, if you're not operating on a process, you have to operate on process. So, I appreciate all of you guys. You guys' support has been amazing lately. Let's have a great day. We will have a ladder challenge out later as well. Our 5K ladder challenge will return today. I'll have that posted up later as soon as... I'd like to have some alternate lines. We'll see what we can find, though, as far as that goes. So, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.